Hey everyone, and welcome to the Going Alcohol Free podcast. This is episode number 10, and it is day number 10 of Dry January. So, whether or not you are doing Dry January or not, listen in because I know that you're going to find some great benefit from some of the messages that are coming through on this podcast that I'm sharing with you all. So I just wanted to shout out to one comment real quick that I received on my YouTube channel. I love shouting out your comments. This is my second comment, you guys. And it says, I'm getting close to 2 years sober in AA, and it's from Noah Stone. So Noah, congratulations. I'm so proud of you for 2 years. How's your life changed within these past 2 years? I'd love for you to respond down in the comments and let us know how your life has changed without alcohol for 2 years. All right. And here's what else we're going to talk about. So, we're going to talk about some of you guys are experiencing diarrhea and brain fog and missing your daily rituals or your weekly rituals of drinking. And I know because I am missing my ritual of eating food because I mentioned yesterday I'm on that 3-day water fast and I'm not eating and I haven't cheated. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to be giving you a quick update, as well as at the end I am going to share my Oracle card with you that I pulled today. I started that segment yesterday and I didn't hear any negative feedback or that you all didn't like it. So I'll continue to do that unless you don't want me to, because the reason why I pull an Oracle card every day is I love tapping into my intuition and receiving inspiration, which means just in spirit. I love receiving uh, the messages and tapping into my intuition from the messages that I am receiving. So that is why I love sharing that and wanted to bring that into these episodes. And, I'll leave that segment in unless you guys don't like it, because I want you all to get benefit from this podcast. That's why I'm here. I really want to help you with your alcohol journey, whether or not you want to cut back or you want to just reassess your alcohol relationship um, at the end of dry January, or if you want to just stop drinking altogether, you're in the right place. So please stick around. Don't forget, this podcast is on YouTube and on your favorite podcast player. Okay, you guys. So I've heard that some of you are having brain fog and or diarrhea. And so what this is saying is that your gut is probably unbalanced. So there's more unhealthy bacteria going on than healthy bacteria. And we want to try and balance our gut. I had definitely brain fog. I mean, I couldn't even remember words when I was in meetings and I was trying to say I couldn't think of the words to say. So trust me, you guys are not alone, and don't be embarrassed if you're experiencing any of this. Here is what I did. So I did a lot of research and I made sure that I consumed prebiotics and probiotics. So that's what I did. So, what are prebiotics? They are the healthy bacteria that probiotics munch on and eat on and feed on. So, let's consider adding some probiotics and prebiotics to your diet, because that's what I did. It worked for me. I'm not a doctor, but I do like sharing the things that worked for me. And so I wrote down some prebiotic foods for you all that you can add to your diet, and it will help with the brain fog for sure. And if your diarrhea already hasn't cleared up, it will help with that too. So, chia seeds, raw nuts, I love almonds, bananas, oats, apples, and flaxseed. So, those are some of the prebiotics that you guys can consume, and it will help. I'm telling you, our gut is our second brain. And if our gut is not happy, then our brain is not happy. So please consider adding some of these to your diet. And even after 31 days of this dry January, maybe consider continually to um, feed your gut healthy foods such as these prebiotics and probiotics. Okay, so probiotics, here's some of the things that I love. And I love fermented foods. And let me just tell you about this drink, kombucha. I love kombucha. And if you have a 7-Eleven near you, they sell it at 7-Eleven. So it's very convenient. So kombucha and sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut and kimchi. So kimchi is a traditional Korean side dish made from fermented cabbage, radish, or cucumber. And I love kimchi too. And you can get these at Sprouts or Whole Foods wherever you live. I'm sure there's a Sprouts or Whole Foods close by. And if you're not, I'm sure that there's somewhere that you can get some of these things. And then lastly, Coco Yo, which is a brand of coconut yogurt. And I love that as well. Try Sprouts or Whole Foods if you have one of those near you. So definitely consider these things to feed your gut and to balance your microbiome. All right, so let's talk about pattern interrupt. And what does this mean for our daily ritual? So if you are missing your glass of wine when you come home from work and your brain is telling you, oh, okay, it's time to relax, it's time for your glass of wine. Or if you're making dinner and you are a person who loves to pour your glass of wine, I don't know, did you guys just hear my stomach growl? It totally just growled. Or if you love to pour your glass of wine when you are making dinner or when you are cleaning or when you are bored. So, bored, we're going to talk about tomorrow, boredom and drinking during boredom, as well as some other things. So, make sure to tune in tomorrow and follow the podcast on your favorite podcast player or subscribe on YouTube. Remember to do that so you never miss an episode. So, we are going to talk about what to do when you're missing your daily ritual. And this is inspired because I am missing my daily ritual of eating food. So when I came in here to record this episode, I'm like, I'm really hungry. And this morning, when I got done walking my dogs, I normally eat breakfast right after I get done walking my dogs. And I, yeah, I was like, okay, no food. Like, I'm not going to eat. And I felt like compelled to want to eat because that is my normal ritual. So if you are experiencing this for you as well with your drinking ritual, what we're going to do is we're going to pattern interrupt. And we're just going to use what I call the 2 N's. So we're just adding another mindfulness tool to our toolbox. The 2 N's as in now. Okay. Now. So N-O-W. Anyway, as in Nancy. Okay. If I'm not enunciating properly, the 2 N's. And so what does that mean? It means notice and now what? Notice and now what? So when I came in from walking the dogs and I immediately went to the kitchen, I noticed that I was going to try to do this ritual of eating, okay, of eating. And I just noticed it. And then I was like, oh, okay, wait. I told myself no, that I'm going to actually follow this 3-day fast and I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to stay the course. And then I said, now what? And my now what was remembering my daily intention, which we set in day 1 or day 2. And my daily intention was, I am going without food today. I am going without food today. I'm following through on my commitment to myself. And so my now what was my daily intention that I remembered that I already set this morning when I woke up. And I want for you all to remember, be setting your daily intention. I am alcohol free today. I am alcohol free today. Okay. And we're just doing it one day at a time. Set your daily intention. And then I said, now what? Okay. Now what do I do? And my now what was, okay, I just go on with my day and everything's going to be fine. And I came in here to my office and I started my day. And that was it. I didn't have this mind chatter. I didn't think of, okay, I didn't like fight with myself in my brain or in my mind and be like, oh, okay, but that food, your oatmeal sounds really good. Or, I just let the mind chatter go. And I've been practicing doing this for a while. So if this is harder for you to do, just know that that's okay. But what I want you to do is notice that you are wanting to do that ritual. And then now what? Your now what is simply remembering your daily intention for the day. And then what can I do differently right now? And so what I did differently was I just came into my office and I started working a little bit early. I didn't sit with the mind chatter and let it take over my mind because our minds will do that. They will do that. I was just very mindful of my next action. And I was very mindful of that, yeah, I'm hungry and I want to eat. And food sounds really good to me. And for you, for your wine or your cocktail or whatever it is, yeah, it sounds really good to you. Your brain is seeking that dopamine hit. Your brain, it's just a ritual. It's a habit that has just naturally, it just naturally occurs when you come home and like, okay, it's time for my glass of wine, or it's time to make dinner and it's time to pour my glass of wine, or whatever that is for you. Just notice it. And now what? And for me, my now what is my intention, remembering my daily intention, and also, okay, what do I do next? What's next? So remember the two ends: notice and now what? Notice and now what? Okay. That should help with your missing your daily ritual. And every day it's just going to get easier and easier and easier for you. And if you have a setback, that's okay. Remember, a setback is just a learning lesson. But we're not going to say, oh, and there's an episode that I did about setbacks. And I think that it is in episode 5 or 6. I will put it in the show notes down below about setbacks. But what we're not going to do about setbacks is say, I fell off the wagon, or, I'm a failure. No, we just call it what it is. I drank alcohol. Big deal. You drank alcohol. Now we move forward. We take away a lesson that we were supposed to learn from that, and we move forward. So remember that about setbacks. Don't quit the challenge. Stay with us. Stay with us. Keep doing it. All right. So notice and now what? The two ends. We're remaining mindful throughout this challenge. That is the name of the game. Remaining mindful and progress over perfection. Okay, you guys, 3-day water fast. That's what I've done. That's what I'm doing right now. And Mindy Pelz, Pelz, she's the person that wrote Fast Like a Girl, and she is leading this 3-day water fast. And I am on hour 36. I'm a little bit hungry. My stomach is growling. You probably heard it. I'm going to try and scrub it out, but if you did hear it, I apologize. And yeah, so I'm feeling hungry. This morning, I actually did not wake up hungry. I seriously didn't. When I woke up, I felt full for some reason. And I don't know the health thing that is going on in my body that when I woke up this morning, I did not feel hungry. But right now, as I'm recording this episode, I am feeling a little bit hungry. I went to bed at 9:30 last night. I slept really good all the way through the night. I woke up at like 5:30 is usually kind of when I wake up. I woke up early. I got up. I didn't feel like I wanted to stay in bed. I didn't feel tired. I don't feel tired right now. I don't feel tired. And I'll continue to give you guys an update on this 3-day water fast. One of the reasons why, and I told you about my deep why yesterday, one of my reasons why is because the spiritual and the physical benefits. And the other thing is that because of the spiritual benefits at the end of the 3-day fast, this is another one of my deep why. I am wanting to write a book. So I'm going to write a book. I don't know when, but I'm hoping to get inspiration for what I'm going to be writing the book on. And that is one of my deep whys as to why I'm really sticking with this and want to do this. So remember what I said, if you don't have a deep why for your dry January, you're not going to stick with it. So remember, in episode 1, I go through what your deep why is and why it's important. And then lastly, let me share the oracle card that I pulled for myself today. And it is another great one. I mean, I think I'm going to always say that, so I'm going to stop saying that because they are all great. This comes from, I just got these as well. So this is the card deck from Kyle Gray, the Divine Masters Oracle, and they are all beautiful. This is the card that I pulled today. Let me see if I can, there you go. It says Mother Mary and has a picture of like Jesus's mom, and it says miraculous encounter, and it says divine experiences at the bottom. Do not be afraid of being powerful. What a great card. Here's the back, here's the front, and that is my dog that is like also enjoying this card as well. So if you are listening on the podcast, I know that you can't see this, so I will put a link down below so you can see this beautiful card and what it says. Now let me read the message and then we'll wrap up. So the message, it's 6 sentences long, so it's not long. It says, you are having spiritual visions and miraculous encounters at this time. Don't be afraid of your gifts. They are God-given abilities to help you remember who you are and where you have come from. If you have been wondering about the spiritual significance of certain encounters or experiences, know that the main message the universe is trying to get to you is that you are not alone and you are a significant bringer of light to the world. Your psychic and spiritual abilities have been awakened by some sort of shift in your life. This could have been an overwhelming, challenging, or emotional moment, but it has set you on a path to remembering that you can heal and help others. Angels of peace are here now to guide you on your way to harmony in all aspects of your world. In all aspects of your world. So take this message with you today, ponder on it, and tap into your intuition and journal on it if you wish as well. I hope you have a wonderful day and that this message finds you well, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.